how much trouble are the Miami Heat in?
I would put the number at about an 8. I really, really would, simply because I got to tell you, I'm not impressed with what I've seen from them. Obviously, it's the regular season, and you can't dismiss the fact that when you're a veteran team and you have bigger goals and everything is about the postseason, that you're going to take some games lightly. But last night really resonated with me from this standpoint. You just got stomped and beat down by the Boston Celtics in Boston less than 2 weeks earlier. You have an opportunity to avenge that loss. You've got Dwayne Wade back in the lineup. And then it's not just that you lost the game. You were down by as many as 16 or 18 points in the game. They clearly outplayed you in every facet of the game. You're struggling to hit perimeter shots. The critique on you in the scouting report on the Miami Heat is out and official for everybody to see. Get back on defense, negate their transition game, and more importantly, get physical with them, and you could potentially cause problems. So considering all of those things, there's a lot of teams within the Eastern Conference, the teams that I've spoken to, they're walking around with their chest sticking out, this bravado on their chest. They don't have any fear. For the Miami Heat, they believe that more pressure is on Miami, and specifically LeBron James, because we all know if they don't get it done this year, the likelihood is that they're not going to get it done. It's make or break for the big three this year, more so than ever before. Everybody can smell the level of trepidation and fear in their eyes, and I think they're sensing it, and the Miami Heat is not doing anything to quell it, because on too many occasions they have seemed alarmingly normal, and that's a problem.
So if you're going all the way up to 8 on the trouble scale, are you predicting a first-round exit for the Miami Heat?
Well, I'm not going that far. I'm not smoking something this early in the morning, Skip Bayless. All I'm trying to say is that, listen, there is nothing that is a guarantee with this team. You're such an instigator. You're such a troublemaker. You didn't even wait for the first 2 segments of the show or something like that to kick in. You're starting off. We just started the show, and already you're trying to sit there and twist people's words the way only you can do it.
No, I'm trying to interpret
the
words.
Miami Heat will get
I'm
bounced
trying to
out in the first
back
round.
you into the corner you deserve to be backed into right out of the box on this show. Do you think the Miami Heat will win the NBA title?
Listen, I picked them to go to the finals and win it. I'm still going to hold true to my point that they will probably go to the NBA finals. I'm telling you, I'm getting a little bit nervous, and I'm telling you that, you know what, it's entirely possible that if I continue to see what I've been seeing, I will change my pick, but I'm not there yet.
Okay, on that trouble scale,
Speak up.
I'm going to have the courage of my preseason prediction, which is Heat will win it all.
Please.
Clearly, this team is still fully capable of winning it all. So on the trouble scale, I will go no higher than a 3. And I will do so only because I say the Miami Heat are playing a dangerous game right now. Dwayne Wade said after the game, we are preparing for the playoffs. This team believes, because Stephen A. Smith has been saying all year, it's all about the postseason, especially for LeBron James. This team clearly believes it can wait until the postseason and flip that switch and suddenly turn back into last year's playoffs Miami Heat. That's the dangerous game. Last night was simply about urgency. I thought the Celtics from the tip wanted that game more than Miami did. Even though Miami played pretty well, the Celtics, as you point out, jumped out to an 18-point lead in Miami. The Celtics won the backboards by 6 because they wanted the basketball more. The Celtics wind up shooting 60%. This is the team rated 29th in the league in offensive efficiency. 60% in part because Miami really didn't care about playing defense all that much last night. Urgency.
Oh, they didn't care.
Well, they didn't. Come on, 60% by the Celtics? When have you seen them shoot 60%?
Skip, shouldn't that be a problem? They don't care?
Listen, Skip.
Well, it'll be a problem if they think they can just flip the switch when it's time to flip it. I think they can.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. First of all, you should know better, considering the fact that you've been covering the game since it was invented. You should know better than to say
you're
such
Stephen
things.
Naismith as in Dr. Naismith as in you invented the game.
Listen, when you are sitting around, okay, when you are a championship contender, you don't necessarily just get to turn it on and off, number one. Number two, and more importantly, you know the number one rule of thumb in the game of basketball is not to give teams confidence, particularly the teams that have the potential to beat you. As we sit here and analyze the Boston Celtics, let's think about this for a second. This team is loaded. This team has made a person that I consider to be the best coach in basketball. You've got all of those ingredients. You don't take that team lightly. So the fact that the Miami Heat would even think to doing so, assuming you're correct, which honestly is debatable, the bottom line is that why would you give them a 3? Why is it just a 3? Why can't it be an 8 like me? Are you just trying to be a contrarian? Are you just trying to disagree and get on my nerves early this morning? Why I got to be a 3?
I'm trying not to
Why I got to be a
overreact
3?
to be
That's
a
all I'm
prisoner
trying to
of
say.
last night's moment the way Stephen A. Smith is right now.
Well, it's not last night. Overall,
Well, no, you're trying to hold on. Well, listen, what you're trying
on.
to hold on.
Let
What you
Jay
try to
Crawford
do, Skip,
speak.
Is you try to hold
Come on, give the man a break.
What you try to What you're trying to do is hold on to your convictions. You don't want to sit there and say, "Oh no, I might have had a temerity to be wrong
I'm
or
not
to
wrong,
change
yeah.
my opinion." That's all you're trying to do.
Well, are you admitting you are wrong?
No, I might have been. And I'm just saying, the faith that I have in the Miami Heat, I am not seeing them live up to that at this particular moment in time. I'm an honest brother, Skip Bayless. I'm not somebody that's just trying to hold on to something I said just because I said it a few months ago.
Well,
if I see something that tells me to feel differently, I'm going to call it like
Skip,
I see it.
to the point that it's not just prisoner of
Yes.
moment. They're 5-5 in their last 10. More alarmingly, they're 12-9
Yep.
over their last 21. That is not prisoner of moment. That's a quarter of the season.
Okay, and back to my point, Mr. Crawford. Can you flip the switch? If you're that good, can you just say, watch this? Because Spoelstra is just experimenting all over the map with rotations.
Yeah, he is.
And he's playing all of his 6'8" guys together. And then Norris Cole's out of the rotation. And then all of a sudden, Turiaf's in the rotation. And he's just playing, mixing, matching as if, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. When it's time, we'll
big
know how to do
assumption.
this. I agree.
We'll be okay? We'll be okay?
I'm a we.
Since when is we,
I'm a
Mr.
he.
Oklahoma?
I'm a LeBron
Mr.
guy.
Tiago Splitter
I'm on
and
Team
Patty
LeBron.
Mills. Mr. We?
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. And by the way, don't you dare get disrespectful. I saw your tone with Jay Crawford. You watch your tongue calling him Mr. Crawford. Since when do you do that?
I was trying to kiss up to him, actually.
Watch your tongue
Get a little
right
love
now,
today
Skip.
for the first time
You
in
watch
months.
It takes more than just one
I
day.
don't know.
I'm
And
not gonna be
speaking,
prisoner of
by
that
the way,
moment.
speaking of LeBron James, your MVP, the runaway cinch MVP. When it was time in the fourth quarter last night, even though Batman was 2 for 6, LeBron James was 2 for 7. All the big shots that could have made that a game in the fourth quarter, Robin, as in LeBron, missed them. 2 for 7. Here we go again. Maybe he's getting ready for the playoffs in the wrong way. Maybe the chosen one is already starting to turn into the fourth quarter frozen one.
I will say this. All of the Miami Heat, they're all disappointing me. All disappointing me. I'm not absolving anybody. If they don't get it done this year, it is catastrophic.
Yep.
Because I believe if the Miami Heat don't win it this year, the big three will never win it.
Never. Wow, strong. All right.
Well, they may never get a chance to win
They might,
it
well,
because
there's
they might
some
go different directions.
Some that's saying they might just disband, break up.